Check, check, check. Let's see if you guys are all applauding at the end of the night. All right, good evening. Welcome to Operation Alpha 2021. I'm going to start off, I'm deviating from the script already. Need to make an admin announcement about the whiskey poll. We have sold out on the whiskey poll. That's a really good thing. Unfortunately, many of you have not claimed your ticket. So it's great that you contributed the money, but you're not going to get a bottle of whiskey unless you have a ticket that looks something like this business card. It has a number on it that corresponds to the bottle of whiskey or bourbon that you won. So if you bought a ticket that have not claimed your paper ticket, please go down to the Whiskey Poll Center and they will walk you through that process. Yes, please do that now. Nice job, Bill.
We're in it.
Should have known a Purdue grad would be able to follow instructions.
You guys are in it.
All right, we'll go ahead and start. Good evening. All right, good evening. My name is Bernie Cruz. I'm the Vice President for Support for HVAF. This is the 4th year I've emceed, and each year I get to say, this is our biggest Operation Alpha yet. Although I'd like to say it's the MC you keep coming back for. As hard it is for me to admit, I know it's due to the hard work of Ashley Walls and her advancement team who've worked really hard making this event bigger and better every year. I think we have close to 100 more people this year than last time we were in the Biltwell. So how about a hand for Ashley and her crew? And this is a news flash, where's Ashley? Next year, I'll be introducing Ashley as Ashley Pierce. Due to the growth of this event, we moved up to a much bigger and better room here on the 2nd floor. It allows us to spread out and enjoy each other's company. Much better than last year when we were watching it on a computer screen. The growth of this event is due entirely to the generosity of you, our donors. We also have a virtual group with us tonight. So welcome Facebook Live viewers. Something we started last year for those unable to attend. So we're hosting this event virtually on Facebook Live, or is it Meta Live now? I'm not sure what it is. Whichever it is, it's too late because you all are here. But for those online, welcome. We're glad you're with us. You can donate the money you saved on gas from driving here tonight to HVAF, and we'll be happy about that. emceeing the virtual event is Sarah Jones, an Emmy-winning journalist. Sarah graciously volunteered to MC the virtual event last year. This is her 2nd year. She's been a friend of HVAF for many years, and we really appreciate the visibility and positive press she brings to our organization. Thank you, Sarah.
She's right there, not me.
Bradley, your dad's over here. Stand up, Sarah. Where's Sarah? There she is over there in the corner. So, I didn't tell you to sit down yet. No, so you'll see Sarah running around with a phone and a selfie stick, interviewing people and participating in games, making sure our virtual audience is up to speed with all the happenings. She's the MC for the virtual event, and I'm the MC for the live event. If you have trouble telling us apart, she's the one running around with a selfie stick and on her phone, and I'm the good-looking one. Didn't get as many, okay. We're glad you're all here. I do need to discuss one pandemic-related event, or one pandemic-related issue. First, there should be bottles of hand sanitizer located throughout the facility and on your table. They have been graciously donated by Hotel Tango Distillery. Please don't use it as a mixer for your drinks. It smells like alcohol, but it's really a good hand sanitizer, but it would probably not be a good drink mixer. We've also, based on guidance from the CDC, we recommend wearing masks anytime you're up socializing, unless you're taking a drink. And if you're doing this right, since the drinks are free, you should always have a drink in your hand and not need a mask, unless you want one. And if you want one, they're for sale downstairs at the table at our swag bar. But do whatever you're comfortable with. If you want a mask, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. All right, by a show of hands, how many are here for the first time? All right, keep your hands in the air so our fundraisers can find the fresh meat. Keep your hands up so our fundraisers can find you. Just kidding, you can put your hands down. We took a picture. We hope you have a great time and come back for many years. Before we get too far into the evening, if you haven't registered with One Cause, please go to the front lobby and get that taken care of, because One Cause is the only way you're able to same sheet of music. The rundown for tonight is we got a couple of guest speakers. I tried not to have that, but I was overruled. I'm going to give you a quick discussion about the games and all the items on sale tonight. We're going to go through the famous Grog Bowl Ceremony, have a few toasts. The formal portion concludes, the cigar veranda opens, and the entertainment by hired gun begins. So why is this venue such a great place? I think you all agree this is a classy place, great location with a beautiful view of downtown Indy. And if it were daylight and you looked right out those front windows out there across the river, while we sit in here and enjoy this great event, one of Indianapolis's largest homeless camps is about 500 yards east of here, right along the White River. And right now there's probably 100 people living in that camp, some of them veterans, living in pretty miserable conditions. And that's why we're here, to try and do what we can to raise a little money and try to end veteran homelessness. We would love to be out of business. Operation Alpha is the primary fundraiser for HVAF. Our mission is to serve homeless and at-risk veterans and their families in Marion and the surrounding counties, as we have since 1993. In 2020, we served 1,453 veterans and families with rapid rehousing, transitional housing, substance abuse counseling, employment, and legal services. We also provide basic needs. You're probably wondering how I got this, and that's because I do all the heavy lifting at HVAF. But we also provide basic needs such as food, clothing, hygiene items, and unfortunately, we're on pace this year to serve even more. So now what I'm going to discuss can be considered a sensitive subject in today's environment. I don't want to offend anybody or say anything that can be construed as a trigger, but since this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, we want to set a goal. Is goal okay? I mean, it makes you have to stretch out and do things, and some people get offended by that. I don't want to pressure anyone unnecessarily other than Emmy and Brian. Tonight our goal is $25,000. Just as in years previous, I did the math. If everybody in this room and online virtually gets on their phone right now and donates $83.33, we're done. All you have to do to shut me up is donate that amount, make the ticker over here right behind me, go to 25,000, and we'll go right to the drinking and cigar smoking portion. Okay, we're not there, so I guess I get to talk. All right, here's one more incentive to get you to the $25,000 mark. Pay no attention to any of the groans you hear from this side of the room when I make this announcement. But as a special treat, I've coordinated with Benito and the hired guns that if we hit 25,000, I'll sing Roxanne. You have no idea what a treat that is. That alone is worth the price of admission. Hey, look, we got money. Yeah. Your ears will hurt, but it'll be worth it. All right, I'd like to take a brief moment to recognize a few people deserving of our thanks and then discuss all our fundraising activities. With us this evening is Travis and Hillary Barnes and Travis's sister Ginger, Vice President of Operations, and coincidentally, one of our newest board members on our board of directors. Where are they? There they are. All right. Travis is the founder and CEO of Hotel Tango Distillery, the nation's first service-disabled, veteran-owned distillery. The first Operation Alpha was held in Hotel Tango's tasting room in Fletcher Place and has grown in both attendance and funds every year since. We're so grateful Travis and Hillary help us start what has become our signature event, and we're looking forward to bigger and better Operation Alphas to come. How about a big round of applause for Travis, Hillary, and Ginger? I'd also like to thank, I gotta say this right, Dem Kentucky Boys for their barbecue this evening. That was all donated by them, and we hope you got a chance to taste that. It was pretty good. Also, a big thanks to our beer and wine sponsors for their generous donation tonight. In no particular order, the Wine Group, Upland Brewing Company, Sun King Brewing. Many thanks to them for their generosity and support of HVAF tonight. We're also very grateful to have 2 4-star sponsors with us tonight. As a 4-star sponsor, you get a couple of minutes of open mic. So there's another way you can shut me up. You reach the $25,000 goal or become a 4-star sponsor. So our first 4-star sponsor this evening, who gets a couple of minutes of open mic time from Old National Bank, here to say a few words on their behalf is their marketing president, Mark Bradford. Where's Mark?
As opposed to me taking a lot of time, what I'd like to do is introduce Leanne Lawler, who's in our wealth management area, and she is a veteran, and so I think she has a lot more credibility here with this audience than I do. So I won't take any more time, but here's Leanne.
I just want to say that Old National loves HVAF. We love being a sponsor, we love being a partner, and we're so glad to be here tonight. I hope everybody has fun and Bernie talks quick.
As I said, I'd like to thank all our generous 1, 2, and 3-star sponsors because, as I said before, this is our biggest Operation Alpha yet. So thanks for your support. And certainly not 4-star sponsors, but by positions of authority within HVAF. I'm required to let our new CEO, Emmy Hillebrand and Brian Copes, speak tonight and have a shot at the mic. So for the first time in his new role as president of HVAF, Brian Copes. You got 2 minutes, I'm keeping time. Go.
And the clock starts now. All right. A lot has changed since we were last able to gather together face to face over 2 years ago. Everybody in this room has weathered profound and sustained and uncomfortable and discouraging challenges in every aspect of our personal and professional lives. The many stakeholders in helping veterans and families, the staff, the volunteers, the vendors, the donors, the directors, and of course our veteran clients have shared in those experiences. But I'll tell you what's not changed is the need for our services and programs to support homeless and at-risk veterans. And I'll tell you what's not changed is the grit, the resilience, the perseverance, the patience, the passion, the dedication, the diligence, flexibility, adaptability. I was on a roll. I had a whole lot of great adjectives in here. And the sheer tenacity of Team HVAF to adapt, innovate, and overcome, to steal a phrase from Charlton Heston, Clint Eastwood in Heartbreak Ridge. Look, this agency is capably guided by the vision and quiet strength of our board of directors, and I want to publicly thank each director for their work collectively and individually. Our executive committee in particular has earned their keep over the last couple of years. And I'm going to exercise a point of personal privilege in thanking my board chair, Tony Vespa, for his steady hand of leadership. Tony, not only your leadership, but your quiet and constant support and encouragement to me during some very difficult times. Thank you, my friend. The most recent example of the collective vision of our board is their selection of Emmy Hildebrand to serve as Chief Executive Officer. Emmy has a decade of dedicated service here at HVAF, preceded by a decade on staff with Senator Dick Lugar. She's a military spouse, hang on Jay, a mother of three and a talented professional with a heart for serving our veterans in need. Now I'll transition out in a few months, but I will leave secure in the knowledge that this agency, which I love and honor, is in good hands with Emmy and Tony, and will be well led and will continue to proudly and capably serve those who've worn the cloth of this nation and have sacrificed to support and defend the Constitution and to protect our American freedoms, values, and ideals. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome our CEO, Emmy Hildebrand.
Thank you for your leadership at HVAF over the last several years. I've grown and learned a lot, so I'm really excited to move into my new role, but I'm so thankful for all that you've given the agency and all that you've taught me personally. Second, I just want to thank everyone for coming. As Bernie said, this is the biggest and best Operation Alpha yet, thanks to all of your support. So we're really excited that you kicked off your Veterans Day week with us. And hopefully you'll celebrate veterans throughout the week. As everyone has said, we owe our veterans so much, and we're so grateful to be in a position where we can serve them when they fall on hard times. I just want to echo also the compliments to Ashley and her team. She single-handedly, with Lauren and Ben and Andrea, put this together, brought in all of the support, the donations, to make this great. So I really want to shout out to Ashley, if you can help me give her another round. By several Team HVAF staff members. They're the ones who are doing the real work, the life-changing, life-saving work that happens at HVAF every day. So if you have a chance to interact with them when you're here, please do. They're the ones serving the men and women who come through our doors every day, who need housing, who need food, who need support, and they do it with compassion and grace. So I'm really proud to be part of that team. Lastly, and hopefully this works, cross all your fingers, I'm supposed to introduce a new video about HVAF that Lauren and Ashley put together. So I hope you enjoy it as much as we did. Thank you.
As a nation, we owe everything to our veterans, but thousands of our military heroes are forced to live on the street, struggling with homelessness, unemployment, and food insecurity. Here in Indianapolis, veterans make up 5% of our population, but they represent a staggering 16% of our homeless citizens. These veterans need a safe place to get back on their feet and a chance to live with the dignity and respect they deserve. At HVAF, helping veterans and families, We are committed to fighting homelessness among our veterans. As the largest nonprofit provider for veterans in Indiana, our team is honored to support those who served our country. Since 1993, HVAF has provided housing solutions for homeless veterans and helped them improve their long-term quality of life. Our transitional housing program provides a temporary place for veterans to live while they regain their independence. During their stay, we provide intensive case management to help them overcome the barriers that keep them in poverty, like unemployment or addiction. But for some, those barriers are ongoing challenges that could leave them homeless again. That's why we offer permanent supportive housing to give chronically homeless veterans an affordable place to call home. These residents also have access to dedicated case managers for help with their unique needs.
I would not have been able to do it without them. They help me in so many different ways. Without their help, the mentorship, the therapy, and the resources, I wouldn't be in the place I'm in.
HVAF also prevents at-risk veterans from becoming homeless. Our rapid rehousing program provides short-term rent and utility assistance for veterans and their families who are currently homeless or facing eviction.
When I needed the help, and I finally reached back, swallow my pride and say, okay, that's what I got to take. For them to do what they're doing and open their doors and their arms to me, I can't explain how that feels. I never thought that they would do this.
We know that homelessness can happen to anyone, no matter your age, your skills, or your service. So we work with our veterans to address the root cause of their homelessness. We offer case management, mental health care, and access to free legal services.
Just from in the time I worked with HVAF, it's changed my world completely because I know that it changed their world. They can call on us, whether it be more than just rental assistance, when it just means going above and beyond. I've done things, I've helped food stamps and things when people were having a tough time. We've found other resources to make our veterans not only be able to financially support themselves, but we make them feel like at home.
One of the ways we change lives is through our workforce development program. Our team of employment specialists provide one-on-one assistance to help veterans with interview skills, on-the-job training, educational opportunities, and career placement.
It gives us the resources we need to be back home when we fall. Everybody falls around.
We believe that a home and job can change everything, but for many veterans, their needs are more immediate. That's why we also provide essential food, hygiene, and clothing items to those in need. And we reach out to local homeless camps to bring relief across the city.
And every day I go to around the city to counsel and locate the individuals that are pointed out as far as being veterans. It takes a while to befriend them, and then once that barrier is broken, it's easy to talk to them, explain to them what we offer. And then sometimes I even give them a ride to come to our facility just to check out what we're doing.
These veterans dedicated their lives to service. Now it's our duty to serve them. HVAF is proud to give back to our Hoosier heroes and stand as a beacon of hope in our community. Thanks to your support, we help veterans overcome their greatest struggles and change their lives for the better, because no hero should ever be homeless.
Of course, the video works for Emmy. Give me a minute, we're going to try and roll the Communicare video one more time. So, without further ado.
Hi, my name is Steve Rosen. I'll weigh 157 44675. 4 battalions of infantry, 25th South Pacific. That's quite a lot of work. And I want to say to all of our veterans in naval care and throughout the organization, and to the HVAF which cares for us, does such wonderful work for veterans throughout the country. We have our own specialties. But our job is appreciated. In my case, When I came back, it was unstretchable. There were no bands, there was no parades, demonstrations. Yes, there was demonstrations. It was tough being a soldier in those days. It took 15 years for our country to recognize the sacrifices we made. But when they made that Vietnam memorial in Washington and dedicated this black granite slab with the names of more than 55,000 soldiers on it, a bunch of us just sort of drifted into town, bits and pieces of uniforms, crutches, and wheelchairs. One of our guys got a flag and we marched around the White House. We finally came home. But you're home now. And we're glad you're with us. God bless you. May the good Lord shower his goodness on you all the rest of the days of your lives. Thank you.
All right, so going back to our HVAF video and the speakers from Brian and Emmy. So thanks, Brian and Emmy. That's a really nice video. And you can tell from the words from those two individuals, we've been in good hands and we're going to remain in good hands as we go forward. So our ticker is doing pretty well. 11,000 already. You guys must really want to hear Roxanne. I see Ashley over there trying to get my attention. We love these notes. Yeah, this just in. Our top story tonight. No, Ashley just told me that. All right, so we're make a note at 11,445. We have an anonymous donor who will match every dollar after 11,445 up to $10,000. That's huge. So I would say this is a great time to get on your phone and make a donation to HVAF. So I'm going to talk very quickly, or try to, about our upsell items, which many of you have already found and should be scrolling through on your phones. But these are other ways that you can help HVAF raise a few more dollars and have a little fun while you're at it. Most of you are asking, how do I get one of those cool canteen cups that I was supposed to have up here, but I don't have with me, but Brian's got one. Most of you are asking, how do I get one and what will I do with it? So for a mere $20, you can purchase one of these and keep it. And then that entitles you at the end of the evening to sample the Grog Bowl, which we have up here, and you can see all the fine ingredients that are going to go into that. So at the conclusion of the ceremony, you'll be able to come up and sample the grog. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on that. If any of you Air Force vets out there need help using a canteen cup, please see an Army or Marine veteran, they'll show you. I know, we all like to joke about the Air Force, but it's only because they deserve it. We also have a wine toss this evening. $20 a ticket. A ticket will get you 3 tries at some pretty nice wines, and if you ring a bottle, you win that prize, or you win that wine. If at the end of 3 tries you fail to ring a bottle, I'd recommend you lay off the wine, for one. But we'll still give you a bottle of pretty good wine anyway. It's kind of like Little League sports nowadays. Everybody gets a trophy. Play as often as you like. And for a mere $20, you can also purchase some branded, uniquely branded cigars that are brought to us tonight from Gold Member Cigars. Sean Lesney, is there a disturbance over there? Hello? Am I interrupting you? All right. So the last plug for this evening is the whiskey pool. We don't have to go into that too much because it's already been done. But you know, in the whiskey pool, there's a couple of really expensive bottles, and then there's some $10 bottles. The $10 bottles is the kind of stuff you give to your friends you don't want them to come back. But there is a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label Scotch, valued at over $250, so somebody's going to walk away with that tonight. And that could be a good day for somebody. Other than pointing out the restrooms, which are all downstairs, I think, across from the bar downstairs, the only thing to point out is the fire escapes, which are located under signs that say exit. My left arm doesn't work real well, but you see them. So they're down there. Okay, so now that the formalities are over, fundraising goals been stated, sponsors are recognized, the videos warmed your heart, let's get down to the second most important event of the night, our annual Grog Bowl Ceremony. Since we've done this before, many of you know what this is about. For those who don't, look it up on Wikipedia. For those of you joining for the first time, I'll give you a very brief history so you're not totally lost. The origins of the modern grog evolved from various naval customs. Grog is a naval term dating back from the 1740s and referred to the diluting a sailor's daily ration of rum with water. The Navy also used it as a punitive measure, but we're not going to do that tonight. The Army lays claim to a small part of the evolution of this tradition dating back to the U.S. CAV. I was expecting a big hula from Arnie and his group. They must not be paying attention. Legend has it that during the years of the westward expansion, cavalry troopers would mix and share their spirits with one another, thereby ensuring all their troopers had something to drink. The alcoholic spirits usually consisted of whatever an individual trooper's taste was, and that when mixed with other alcohol created a powerful drink known as the grog, probably due to the groggy feeling you had after drinking these concoctions. These customs and ceremonies have been adopted and adapted by all military services for use during formal unit dinners and messes. However, two common themes unite every grog ceremony: history and alcohol. That's just in case you weren't paying attention or talking. The historical component usually describes a unit's lineage at a formal dinner or some other mandatory fun event. The oral history carries forward the legacy of the unit and serves to inform and inspire each successive generation. The alcoholic component consists of many and varied spirits, wines, and beers, reflected a tradition of service members being restricted from drinking except during sanctioned events. Even today, service members deployed overseas are prohibited from consuming alcohol in most theaters by the well-known and generally hated General Order No. 1. Although we're mindful that many veterans struggle with alcohol, there's no denying centuries-old tradition of military service and celebratory drinking after conquering enemies. There are many variations and versions on this ceremony, as there are Grog Bowl ingredients, and each military service has their own version. We hope you like ours. And while we're at it, since we're discussing military traditions and Veterans Day is coming up, how many currently serving service members do we have out there? Please stand up. How many veterans? Please stand up or raise your hand. Thank you all for your service. In years past, we've highlighted battles fought by U.S. forces and the number of service members lost, as well as recognizing the various branches of military. Tonight, however, in an effort to inform and educate, we will highlight the different sections of HVAF, some of our employees that work in these sections, and how we help our veterans. In order to showcase the variety of services we provide, I'm going to try to put them in somewhat of a logical order, starting with finding a veteran on the street, all the way to attaining self-sufficiency. So here we go. First start with outreach.
It is hard to hear in the back. Speak up.
Jeez.
You can do it.
All right. The first team to highlight is our outreach team. This is a one-man show. It's a small team. Our outreach coordinator drives the streets, walks the camps, interacts with the homeless to identify any of those on the street who may be veterans and entitled to our services. Once found, our coordinator builds a rapport and tries to talk them into coming into our programs. In 2021, our outreach coordinator, through detective-like investigations, was able to make contact with 114 homeless veterans, just a little under 10 a month. While it's great he made that many contacts, it's sad to think that there are that many out there. Pouring in some Hotel Tango vodka is our own IT coordinator and Army veteran, Sergeant First Class retired, Dwayne Oranger. You're supposed to pour it in the bowl.
If you got something to drink, raise your glasses and then down it.
What do you think, Dwayne?
Dwayne's been with HVAF for almost 2 years. Unfortunately, vodka is often found in abundance in our homeless camps. Helping Dwayne tonight is Bob, I'm going to say this wrong, Poison. He's adding blue punch to represent the bitter cold our veterans experience during the winter months and a can of dirt that our homeless live in. And just for you newbies out there, the dirt is actually brown sugar, so relax. And Bob is also a Marine Corps vet, as you can't tell by the hat. Can you pour the sugar in?
He has not.
You're supposed to pour some sugar in too.
Pour some sugar in.
There you go. The ingredients are very important. It's a fine mixture. Very specific amounts. There you go.
Go for it.
Good ball. All right, now that we found the veteran, the next step is to get them some food and clothing. Our food pantry served 56,661 pounds of food, plus or minus a few ounces, in 2020. The food is either bought with cash donations, grants, or brought in by general public or other service-oriented organizations. Our clothing pantry runs totally on donations. We usually have something to fit most everyone. However, one item that is in short supply is undergarments and socks, since that has to be new and still in the package. Just as a side note, now with the weather changing and it getting kind of colder, underwear, long johns, all that stuff, it's a good time to bring that in. We can certainly use it. But our food and clothing pantry had 2,428 visitors last year. Representing the food and clothing pantry is none other than Katie Zachary. Katie's been with HVAF for 10 years and is the backbone and the brute force behind our community center. Katie's adding sugar to represent the sweet feelings our vets have when they get a couple of bags of groceries from our pantry. She's also adding a big bottle of orange punch because we just need to add some liquid in there to dilute the alcohol. Or you could say the orange is to cover some of the fruits that are sometimes available to distribute to our veterans based on generous donations. Helping Katie tonight is Nick Miguel, four-star sponsor from Communicare. He's adding limoncello. Lemon to represent the sour feeling our veterans feel when they have to go a long period without food. Let her rip, Nick. All of it. Don't spill any on the outside. We need it all. Thank you, Nick. All right, so after we get our veterans enrolled in programs, next step is to give them some food and clothes. Then we next turn to find them a place to stay. The largest department within HVAF is our operations department. They provide life-changing wraparound services for all our veterans, active duty, National Guard, and Reserve members, regardless of discharge status. Operations is staffed by 500 caseworkers. I'm sorry, like 50, sorry. But it seems like 500. And that number seems to be growing daily, which is good because that means we're servicing more veterans. The caseworkers are the heart of our organization. They deal with our veterans day in and day out, sometimes 24/7. The caseworkers ensure our veterans get every service and benefit they're entitled to. They break down barriers, counsel, console, and advocate for all our veterans. Throughout our 11 transitional houses, we maintain 168 beds for veterans. Last year, our caseworkers provided services to 1,438 veterans, and we provided permanent housing to 337 veterans. Pouring red punch to represent the blood, sweat, and tears our dedicated caseworkers put into our veterans is Paul Kett, one of our newest caseworkers. Pour faster.
There you go.
We need the non-alcoholic people. There you go. Nice job. Assisting Paul. Okay, Paul, stand by. Paul, we need your help. Add that can of Sun King Ariasis or Cyrus Pale Ale. Paul's adding the pale ale since some of the things our caseworkers see on a daily basis will make you turn pale. Nicely done. Next, we need to find our veterans a job. Luckily, HVAF provides a service and we do it quite well. Stand by, Kristen. Our employment team works with numerous local agencies and employers to get our veterans good paying jobs. Our employment team works with numerous local agencies to get our veterans good paying jobs. 190 veterans found jobs through our employment team in 2020. This year, we're happy to report that Lilly gave us a $5 million grant to stand up a Vets Works program. HVAF's Vets Works program is an individualized opportunity for veterans to advance in a career with a minimum 6-month to a year structured commitment. Vets Works has been designed as a 3-phase work, learn, and earn program with emphasis on upskilling veterans in obtaining and maintaining careers and earning a livable wage. This offers such things as career explorations, soft skills, opportunities to earn and industry-recognized certificates and credentials, paid and unpaid internships, additional college credits, and much more. The ultimate goal is that our veterans can maintain self-sufficiency by making a livable wage and a career anywhere they advance. Although the program is in its infancy, we've already seen many successes in our outcomes of the veterans and outcomes our veterans using this program. So now, Kristen, adding green punch and a little more sugar is Kristen Birch, our Vets Work program coordinator. Add some sugar too. Yep. Kristen's been with HVAF for almost 2 years. The green punch represents the color of cash our newly employed veterans will make, and the sugar is just because it's sweet to have a job. Then adding a little rum because we didn't think the other alcohols were enough is Angie Wolf, a 3-star sponsor from Blick. Pour it in. There's plenty of room in there. Thank you, Angie. Now that our veterans have a job and a place to stay, our veterans are well taken care of by our world-famous support team. Where's my support? There's there. All right, the support team keeps the water running, the heat and AC functioning, appliances working, ensures the units are furnished, and numerous other handyman duties. In total, we maintain 17 different properties and our headquarters building with a team of only 7 maintenance technicians.
She's on right now.
Luckily, they are extremely well lit. It's an inside joke. All right. We also have a transportation team to take veterans to doctor's appointments, VA appointments, and just about any place the veterans need to get. Eric Lucy is adding a can of motor oil on behalf of our transportation fleet. Actually, the motor oil is actually honey, so let's just sweeten it up. And you're also adding a can of Upland Wheat Ale. I'm supposed to be able to read that? Okay.
Just take the lid off.
Eric is one of our maintenance technicians, and you'll see him all over the place. Sometimes he's actually working. In all honesty, Eric does a great job maintaining our properties, and we're lucky to have him on the team. Get on in.
Work out.
A little beer in there. Start having the honey at the same time. We're on time. We're on time squeeze. We're on time. All right.
You can do it.
All right. Are we going to add the second one in yet? All right. Step aside and keep squeezing, and we'll let the next guy come up. Adding another can of Blue Punch from BRC is Airman Chris Ashmore. Chris is currently on leave, PCSing. For those of you not military folks, PCSing means moving. He's PCSing from Guam to Sicily. So just by a show of hands, how many of you Army and Marines out there were ever stationed in Sicily? That's why we make fun of the Air Force.
Just jealous.
The Blue Punch represents many of the cleaning fluids, sanitizer, disinfectants, and numerous other items we use to keep our buildings clean and COVID-free, as well as ensuring our buildings are presentable for our veterans. The next group, one of the most vital parts of the HVAF team, are volunteers. Literally, hundreds of volunteers conduct a variety of tasks: sorting donations, stacking cans, date stamping food, laundering clothes, beautifying properties, painting, the list goes on and on. You name it, our volunteers do it all. And they do it in the name of supporting our veterans. It's great to have our volunteers back, as we were forced to operate without them during COVID. A resolution by the United States Congress in 1964 declared bourbon to be a distinctive product of the United States. Our volunteers give HVAF the distinction of being the largest provider of services to veterans in Indiana. So, we think it's appropriate to have a distinctive volunteer, Pat Berger, a volunteer with HVAF for over 9 years. Distinctive bottle of Hotel Tango bourbon. Pat is also a Marine Corps veteran. Assisting Pat this evening is none other than Judge Dave Serto. Judge Serto Judge Serto is adding a bottle of Hotel Tango gin. Judge Serto is also one of our board members, and he runs Veterans Court, which we can go into a long dissertation on that, but it's a court that he helps our veterans who find themselves in a bad way, and he helps give them a way out. Thank you, Judge Serto. All right, moving on. This is the last pour. All right. So, of course, no organization can conduct the myriad of operations we perform without a headquarters. Our headquarters is the brain trust of our operation, or at least they think. Our headquarters has been through some significant personnel changes in the past few months, but in the end, I know we will be well positioned to improve our veteran services. Pouring on behalf of our headquarters is our own Vice President of Advancement, Ashley Walls. Woo! Ashley's been with HVAF 1 week less than me. That's why I'm so much more knowledgeable. But pouring a bottle of red wine donated from the wine group, the wine represents the constant wine we hear from Ashley. What did you do with all the money I raised? If you didn't spend so much, I wouldn't have to raise so much. Is that revenue or profit? All right, that was my outside voice, sorry. Pouring red wine is our Vice President of Advancement, Ashley Walls. The red wine represents the fruits of the extremely hard labor and deep thoughts of our entire headquarters team. Go ahead. I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Nicely done. Also, as is tradition, pouring a bottle of his own Hotel Tango whiskey is our founding sponsor. Sponsor Travis Barnes. You heard Travis's story earlier. We are certainly lucky to have the support of Hotel Tango Distillery at HVAF. And so normally we conduct a taste test to determine if there are any missing ingredients. I think we covered them all, so I think we're pretty good. But we also hope that you learned a little bit about our organization. Okay, so now we come to a little bit more serious side of our event. For those of you who have been talking the whole time, now would be a good time to be quiet just for a second. So I ask you to all make sure you got a drink in front of you, your glasses are charged. We're gonna make a few toasts. And there are 5 specific toasts. The appropriate response after each toast is simply to raise your glass and say, "Here, here." Pay attention. The 4th toast, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th toast is a silent toast, which is to our fallen and our POWs and MIA. So as that is announced, you say nothing, just raise your glass, take a drink. All right. So I will prompt each toaster as we go. So our first toast, Leanne Lawler. No applause.
Those serving today, on duty, and in harm's way. Hope we enjoy our freedom.
Our second toast.
To those who have ever worn the cloth of our nation, our veterans.
Our third toast. Our fourth and silent toast.
To our fallen comrades, and those missing in action, the heroes who did not come home.
fifth and final toast.
To those experiencing homelessness and those veterans at risk and their families who we serve every day, the reason that we gather tonight.
All right. I hope you found our Grog ceremony informative and marginally entertaining. As the final toast reminded us, we're here tonight for a reason, to help the homeless and at-risk veterans and their families. At this point, I feel obligated to remind you about the dangers of drinking and driving. Please consider a designated driver, cab, or Uber before driving home. We don't plan to use any of the funds raised tonight for bail money. There is information on your table about transportation services, so please make a note of it. We're still like $10,000 short of our goal, so I'm not singing. And as we conclude, I'm not singing yet, the night's young. I declare the cigar veranda open. I'm in trouble.
I know you were concerned whether or not you were going to hear Bernie sing Roxanne. Having experienced that myself many times, it is a rare treat. So in order to assure that you were able to experience that rare opportunity, we have an anonymous donor who's pledged $12,000, $1,000 a month for the next year. Bernie. We're over the limit, Bernie, and singing Roxanne.
Is ready yet, so that'll be on cue here in just a minute. All right. A couple more admin announcements, then we'll start the music, and God will. All right, so remember those who bought a canteen cup to go get some of this wonderful grog. Make sure you pour the rest of that brown sugar in there. The recipe's all going to be messed up. Please help yourself in the food that's left. Oh, we're at 27,000. 27,000, we reached our goal. Ashley gets to keep her job for another year. 37,566. Nice job, folks. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me bring back to the stage Hired Gun. Starting with Roxanne.
Yes. Roxanne.
All right,
Roxanne.
let's start with Roxanne. I'm ready. Just like we rehearsed.
Do you have, Ashley, do you have your phone? Do a video. Do a video on your phone.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Days all over, you don't have to tell your body to the night. Roxanne.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just a little boy, grown into my